Michael Landon? Oh, of course, a blue. Are you kidding? The man's been Pa and an angel. Ma'am, this does get better. Yeah, sure, she says. That's what my husband said, too. I don't think so. Michael Landon's been Pa and an angel most of his career. Then he goes on national TV to reveal he's a bedwetter. A red wouldn't tell their spouse they ever bedwet. Lassie must be a blue. Think about it. Hair's always combed, never barks unless barked at. Very appropriate. And Meryl Streep, the actress, doing a scene from Out of Africa, shaking everyone's hand, and after the scene's over, she rips open her blouse, says, "Get it out of here." There's this huge African beetle biting her, but so tenacious, you would never know it. You would never know it had you seen the movie. Very, very appropriate. Now, nations that are blue, United States of America. We do a lot of the same stuff Russia does, but we get permission first. Very important for us to please people and to get along with people, okay? Denmark and Norway. In World War II, Red Germany rolled over Denmark, and Denmark didn't like it, but they're a very flat country and not a lot of people. So they built an incredible underground, and they fought them with armbands supporting the Jews, very tenacious people. So Germany said, we've got to get somebody to let us in before we can beat these mountainous nations, which we can't roll over so easily. So they went to all three of them. The only one that bought was Sweden. Sweden said, it will let you in if you won't bomb us. So they used Sweden to get to Norway and Finland. To this day, the Danes and the Norwegians are not fond of the Swedes. They do not forgive easily what happened there. Very loving and tenacious kinds of people, though, the Norwegians and the Danes. And England, very blue country. I mean, they're having fits with this Fergie, Contessa Fergie. They love Princess Di and Charles. They hate each other, but they don't care. They're going to all the teas they're supposed to go to and looking very appropriate, which a blue nation values. But Fergie is off running around like she's wanderlust. And she gets up there and she speaks to this audience in L.A. And Gil Ferguson, an assemblyman, says, see, it got better, didn't it? Gil Ferguson says, "We love you, Fergie." She says, "I'll see you after the speech." They ripped her apart with the blue press. They were so angry at her. They said, "Fergie brings tons of class to L.A., all third rate." Now, the bumper stickers on cars blues would drive, "Leave me alone, I'm having a crisis." Don't fix a blue in crisis. They like to fix themselves. It's very important to them. Stand there and watch them, but don't fix them, okay? This they direct at the Reds. Those of us who think they know everything really annoy those of us who actually do. And lastly, I don't get mad, I get even. I forgot one more. What part of no don't you understand? All right, now the kinds of jobs that attract blues are very interesting. They go one of two ways. They can be very precise with detail, computer analysts, choreographers, I'm trying to think of detail kinds of jobs. They like analysis and looking deep into kinds of things, architect, those kinds of things, banker, or they like to do people kinds of things, psychotherapist, homemaker, teacher, nurse, those kinds of things. They can go actually either way. All right, those are the heavyweights. We've now talked about the lions, tigers, and bears, if we're talking about animals. Now let's talk about the squirrels, the rabbits, the birds. And we got to start with the whites. The whites are driven by the motive of peace. They just want to get along. White men have a tough time dating because they don't know why you're not calling them. When I teach the human sexuality class at Cal State Long Beach, I ask the kids, how do you feel about women calling men? All the white men love it. They love it. What's wrong with it? Let them call. They're very content with that kind of relationship. Whites are very tolerant and kind. They are so forgiving. A red would say, why doesn't he just shut up so we can go on, okay? And the white will say, everybody has their day. Just relax. It'll get over in time. Not the end of the world. Very tolerant people. You want to know how to deal with whites? Be kind. Don't be rude to a white. They cannot take it. Reds, they love to get beat up because they just beat you up again. Not whites. When you cross a white, they're like a submarine. They go under and you never see them again. But they're hurt. And they're not going to talk because you don't value them. Whites are also satisfied. I call them my contented cows. They graze. They're happy, relaxed, very motivated from within. They don't need you telling them what to do. They have no ego. Whites are so wonderful. They're the best skiers on the slopes. You'd never know it. The reds and the yellows are saying, you should see me. I am incredible. I mean, I am a little bit above incredible, but I don't have a word for it. And then you get to the slope, and the white says, let's go and do it. And the red goes, why don't you go ahead? I'm going to ski another slope. I'll meet you at the bottom. Because they don't know how to ski. But they talk like they do. The white never talks. They just do. Very strong, silent type people. Whites are very even-tempered. They flow across the board. When you take the test in the book, and it tells you what color you are, whites can score in every one of the categories equally. Now, someone can score 3 high, but low in 1. Not whites. They can do all 4. Because white is the absence of color, they're able to take in any color they want and be it. But everybody's like a garbage can. Now, don't take offense, Blues. I don't mean this personal. And comments come to us, and whites just stuff it. Oh, that was rude. Stuff it. Oh, you think I'm stupid? Stuff it. Oh, I look like my mother? Stuff it. And all this stuff fills up. And one day, for some stupid reason, pants aren't ironed, freeways are blocked, they blow. I mean, blow. They're not happy campers. When a white blows, let them empty the garbage can. Because when they're done, they'll be very sheepish about it. And you know why? Whites are logical. Very logical people. And that tirade didn't take them where they wanted to go. Very logical people. Whites don't want to blow, and that's why they stuff it. And what they need to learn is to speak more often. Their feelings. Because when it does get full, they're out of control. Whites are also very accepting. Teaching at the university, I ask my students, what is the most important trait for a good parent? And these are 18 to 25-year-olds. They love to be free and love. And they say 95% independent of each other, patience. That's the virtue they give to parents that are affected. That's one of the greatest gifts whites come with. You'll be fine. Just relax. The red parent is saying, look at you. You were a jerk at birth. You haven't gotten any better. You're not paying your bills on time. I'm sick of this. The blue is saying, do it for me, honey. Come on, honey. I know you can do it. The yellow is out dating later than the kid. What do they know what's happening in the kid's life? But the white says, you'll be okay. The acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. I struggle with some issues. You'll be fine. Very even keel. Now, the negative side of whites. These guys don't make decisions easily. When they make them, they're good, and they stand by them. But it may take them 40 years to make it. Okay? Whites do not make decisions well. In the test, in the book, a woman is up taking it one night about 10 o'clock. Says to her red husband, honey, do you think I make decisions well? He says, shut the book, you're a white, go to bed. It does lead us to the most difficult and feared animal in the kingdom, and that is an unhealthy white that is unmotivated. When you find a white that doesn't care to get motivated, good luck. They're real tough to work with because you have to be kind, very patient, very long-suffering. You can't beat them up like a red because a red wants power and they'll fight you. They'll try and get back and do things. The white just says, take it all. Take my radio, take my stereo, take my life, take whatever you want. I'm not caring and I'm not budging. Very tough to move when they're unmotivated. And stubborn. When a white's done with you, they're done. they'll look you straight in the eye and go off and do exactly the opposite of what you want them to do. One white, I wrote about him in the book, a white young man that was in junior high, didn't like his parents, didn't like his teachers. So for an entire semester, he got a both. And the parents would fight with the teachers. You don't love my son, you're not taking care of him, he deserves this, we pay our taxes, get on it, help him. The parents would get letters from the teachers saying, you're not doing things with the son you should be doing, teach him better, work with him. They were at each other's throat all year long, or for the semester anyway. At the semester break, it was going to go to the board. It was so bad, it was going to go to the school board. And they met one last time with the kid and the principal. And do you know, that kid had done every stitch of homework all year long, all semester, and never turned it in. He showed the parents and then tossed it. His point was, I'm going to get you both. And they'll do that. They're very strong and tenacious that way. And lastly, whites can be rather boring. Whites are wonderful people unless you ask them if they have a clue on what they'd like to do. What would you like to do tonight, honey? Well, they've not known for 10 years what they wanted to do tonight. How are they going to know what they want to do? So they don't answer you. So you say to them, do you want to go to the show? You want to go to dinner? Well, I don't know. What would you like to do? Well, do you feel like having dinner first, or would you like to go to the show first? What makes you happy? By the time you get out the door, you want to strangle them. Now, with white men, red women actually have an easier time than blue women, because a blue woman wants to be romanced and thought of and asked out and all those kinds of nice things. The red woman says, get dressed, shorty, we're going out. And make it happen. All right, whites that you would know, Jimmy Carter. Well, what did he do?